Come on. Oh, I can never see my own chat on you. There we go. Okay. I don't know why my image on my live chats is always that floral background at first. Kind of annoying. Okay. All right. I think we got it going now. All right, guys. What's up? Y'all know what tonight is. Which I'm like so genuinely not looking forward to it. Like, I'm already exhausted just thinking about it. Like, I don't even know. Someone on YouNow says, what's tonight? The mid-season premiere of The Walking Dead. And Carl is dying. Confirmed. So, like, honestly, like, I don't know. It's just really weird because I was saying, I, like, had commented under a video today. Someone had said the best way to have The Walking Dead's breaks go by quickly is to not think about it. And I was like, yeah. And it's funny because, like, the wait in between season 6 and season 7, you know, it was like a 6-month, 5-month break or something, so it was significantly longer than this break, but it still felt like an eternity because it was like such a big cliffhanger or whatever. And now this break from December to now, it feels like I blinked and it's back. Like, that's how, like, emotionally detached I've become since Carl's bite reveal. Like, it's just kind of like, I wasn't even thinking about it. And now suddenly it's February 25th and I'm like, oh snap. And now I'm upset with myself because I am still planning on editing my Carl tribute video. But I had told myself many times that I was going to set aside time this week, or much just set aside time during the break to gather all the footage that I'll need for the video, like all the footage from the series, like all the best Carl footage and stuff. I told myself I was going to spend time doing that because it takes a long time. And I never did because I just have not had the motivation because it's just like depressing. I'm just like down about it. So I'm hopefully excited that tonight, after actually seeing it happen, maybe, like, I hope it will ignite some sort of passion within me again, you know, for the character so that I can actually edit this video and have it actually turn out well. And, you know, yeah, because I switched to a newer version of iMovie, finally. So with my reaction tonight, hopefully it will be able to be up a little earlier and I'll actually be able to do the picture-in-picture again because the new iMovie moves very, it moves pretty fast. So hopefully that'll work out better. But yeah, so I switched over to a new version of iMovie, so I had to start re-editing the video. And I only have like the first minute edited, but the first minute doesn't even really count, and you'll understand what I mean when you see the video. And so now I really can't edit it. I couldn't have edited it because I don't have the bookend to his life. You know what I mean? I don't have the back half, like how his life ends. So it's very difficult to try to fill in those blanks when I don't have the ending yet. So hopefully it won't take me long to edit that video. I want to get it up before next week's episode sometime. So we'll see. That's why I just hope I get, like, this passion back that I had. Like, I had such passion about this video, like, before I knew he was dying. And it was literally just supposed to be a fun, awesome Carl Grimes' epic video. But now it's turned into, like, a eulogy. So I just hope I am able to get the joy for editing back, and then in that case I'll be able to edit it quickly, hopefully. Okay, so my rambling. Everyone that's here, Gwen Schaffner, The Acoustic Room says, hey girl, hey. Daryl Dixon, what are you doing here? No, hey. Jenna Saltzman, hello. Loco TV 100, LGC Spawn, Robert Keys, guys. Dally, who else? Ashley Lane, DVD07, and PATD, I forget how your name is so long. PATDFOB, we're living our life. Hello. TDH, I recognize your username. Thank you for being here again. So people say he's gonna live. That doesn't make sense. How could you survive a bite? Yeah, and especially on a place that you cannot chop off, obviously. How do you amputate a waist? How do you amputate a waist? From it. But yeah. It's crazy. Like, I tweeted, like, last night before I fell asleep, I was thinking about how this is happening tonight. And I just had to tweet it. I was just like, I cannot believe that I'm going to reluctantly tune into The Walking Dead tomorrow night and watch Carl die. Like, 100% confirmed. Like, it's really surreal. Like, I can't believe that that is what we're tuning into tonight. Like, I just don't... And it's also just so funny, too, because I am fairly new to The Walking Dead fandom, so to speak. And, you know, I've probably only been into it, I think, 2015, maybe? Whenever season 5 was on, which I believe was 2015. And then I first started watching live in 2016 for season 6. And so it's still, I still feel very new to this. And of course, Carl was my favorite character. So, like, I'm getting into the show, Carl's my favorite character, and then they kill him. Like, the one person I thought I was safe to have as a favorite character, you know? And I saw so much happening with the future of the show with this character. And now it's like, it almost feels personal. I'm just like, really, AMC? Really, Walking Dead? Like, I get into this show and you're going to do this to me. All right. Okay. I see how it is. But yeah. I've heard everyone say, you know, get your tissues ready. So, like, I just feel so... I know I'm saying right now that I feel very emotionally resigned, but I know as soon as, like, they start actually showing stuff, I'm going to start crying. But I'm going to try to restrain myself. I don't want to, like, be that person that's just always flailing around in my reaction videos, because I only do that when it's, like, when I actually feel stress about it, which I genuinely have for a while. But now I'm just kind of like, I just feel so defeated. Like, I feel like I'm still nervous to see how exactly everything's going to go down, and how, you know, how everything plays out exactly. But I'm still very much like, I don't know, I'm just still, I haven't really accepted it. And I feel like even seeing it, I'm going to be like, it's too weird. Like, it's too much. I can't even explain it. Nicola B said, hey, did you see Black Panther? I have not seen it yet. I have heard very good things about it. I've seen the commercials. The #1 movie in the world. So obviously it must be good. And it's actually funny because when I saw that commercial, I said, ooh, it's serious, because usually the commercials are only like the #1 movie in America. And like every movie is the #1 movie in America. Literally every movie that comes out in theaters, they always have a commercial that says the #1 movie in America. But this one said the world. So I said, okay, this must be a thing, big thing. So yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I plan on doing it. I haven't really gone to the movies in a while. I think the last movie I saw in the theater was... I'm actually trying to think. I think it was Spider-Man Homecoming. I think. Yeah. So, I really only go to the movies to see, like, movies I already know I'll love. if that even makes sense. Or like at least movies that I know I'm interested in because I love Spider-Man regardless, so I knew I was going to see that. And of course, like Titanic re-released in theaters. Of course, I knew I was going to go see that 6,000 times. And then whatever movies my friend brings me to. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I think the last movie I saw was It. I think the last movie I saw was It in the theater because my friend wanted me to go with her, so I went. Yeah, that was the last one I saw. So, Tyler H says, "Hey Brittany." Sam 9 says, "Get ready and pack tears." Yep, that's the thing. Like, I really want to like I don't want this reaction to be some big old thing. Like I really do just kind of want to sit there and watch it. Like, try to contain myself. And just like quietly sob. Like, you know? Because I'm past the initial shock now. It's been like 2 months since we found out, and it's just like, as the days have gone by, I've just become more and more emotionally detached. Like it's so crazy. Like, I can't believe that it's back tonight. And that this is happening. It's insane. It's crazy. But like insane in a bad way, not like, yo, this is insane. Like, no, like this is insane. My best friend thinks it's a publicity stunt, and as much as I wish it was, it's not. Like, obviously, like, hello, Chandler cut his hair. He's doing official interviews about this. Like, it's not a publicity stunt. They would not go this far to do that. I watched his, like, I think it was E.T. live thing that they did, and now it's like uploaded to YouTube. That's how I watched it, and it just made me so sad. Like as happy as he is to go on and do other things now, it still is like sad. Like you know, when they were like, "So how do you think The Walking Dead will end now?" He's like, "Well, all the endings I saw for the show had to do with Carl, so I don't know." And it's like, yeah, exactly. I'm same boat, Chandler. Like, I'm in the same boat right there. I'm just still glad that I was able to meet him at Walker Stalker before all of this happened. And it's kind of sad as well, though, that when I met him, he already knew, because I met him in August, and apparently he found out in June. So it was kind of sad, though, to think that I met him while he knew he was dying or had already filmed it or whatever. And, you know, I was like, I'm the biggest Carl supporter. And he's probably just like, yeah, well, I'm dying, so all right. Oh, God. How many seasons do you think it will last? Judging by everything that's happening, all this Maggie drama as well, like, I've heard people, I'm sure eventually she will renew the contract. Like, everyone thought The Walking Dead wasn't being renewed for season 9, and then it was. Everyone thought Andrew Lincoln wasn't signing back on for season 9. Did he? I don't know if he did. No, I think he did. Because if he didn't, then people would still be talking about that. So, yeah, so they're all signed on still. But I guess Maggie, Lauren Cohan's the only one that hasn't renewed her contract for season 9 or something like that. She has, like, got a new job or on a pilot for a show, but that doesn't mean anything. But still, a little interesting. I don't know how long it goes, like what would be late to renew your contract, but everyone's kind of talking about that now, and it's just kind of ridiculous. It kind of, to an extent, feels like it's falling apart. Like, the cast members, like, Norman Reedus has had some stuff to say about Carl's death, and didn't seem very happy about it. Andrew Lincoln, of course, had some things to say, and also tried to sound excited about the future of the show, but if you read between the lines, you could tell that he was a little, like, he was upset about it. So I feel like the cast has been upset about this. And I feel like this may be, like, the tip of the iceberg of it going downhill now. Well, not the tip of the iceberg, the final straw, really, that's going to start this domino effect or something, because, I mean, if Maggie leaves, like people said, like, if Maggie leaves, oh, well, then what was the point of Glenn's death? Like, if she dies before having the baby, like, what was the point of that? Like, you know what I mean? It just feels like everything's going to start falling apart the more this goes on, if, like, you know, more behind-the-scenes drama goes on. Let's see. I lost it. I hate to say it, but child actors rarely become great actors. Chandler was holding back Carl. I mean, we don't really know that, though, because they never gave him anything to work with, ever, really. And I don't think he did bad in the episodes where he actually did a lot. Like, he was good in season 4, episode 9. Like, I don't think that was that bad. Like he did well on his yelling at Rick's body thing and all his stuff he had to do. I don't think he was bad there. And then, you know, he did really well in episode 8 as well. And I was getting excited about it. I was like, wow, like they're actually giving him stuff to do. He's like doing assuming a leadership role right now. Like his acting is not that bad. Like I see this definitely improving in the future. And then they kill him. And it's just kind of like, well, now we'll never know if he actually could have improved, you know? Because I definitely saw, I thought that was a very promising performance. And I will see how it goes tonight as well, which I guess, you know, he said he's very proud of it. So we'll see. Will Negan die this season? Probably not. You know what I mean? And that's like the other thing. It's just like come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like Negan is outliving Carl. Like this arc needs to die. Like it needs to be over. We need to move on to something different. And it's just ridiculous that Carl couldn't make it out of this arc alive. Like seriously. When Carl dies, will you quit the Walking Dead reactions, Brittany, or are you still gonna do it? I don't know as of right now because I've said this a few times that I wanna watch tonight's episode and see the vibes I get from it, see what direction the show may or may not be heading in. Because I've seen them say a lot of things that are like, Carl's death marks a brand new chapter for The Walking Dead, like, or like marks a whole new show, like, whatever, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this new show, basically, you know? So I want to try to see where they're going with it before I completely swear it off. But I definitely am not, I know that I'm not going to be as excited to watch or as enthusiastic in my reaction videos, which was really the whole point and why they were fun for me, and I would hope fun for you guys to watch, because I really was, you know, because, like, you know, people say, oh, you're a fake fan if you're only watching for one character, but I think in this case, like, my favorite character was more than just, like, one character. Like, there's, like, a lot of stuff that I think people don't realize that was really tied into this character, whether it be just subtly, because like I said, like they didn't give him much to do, but he was still Rick Grimes' son, and something about the loss of that, like even if Carl wasn't my favorite character, it just feels like, it just kind of feels like, I don't know, like I can't explain it, like I was imagining some of the other adults that are left on the show, like as characters, what they're gonna think. Because I could just imagine them being like, Rick Grimes' son couldn't make it out of this. Like, what's the point for us? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of, like, that's kind of what it feels like. It just kind of feels like really defeated and just sad. Like, just sad. And so, like, it has, like, really kind of it's, the show has taken a big hit, in my opinion, which has which has not helped, you know, my enjoyment, basically. And I don't know that yet, because of course we have not seen it come back yet. But I've said that over the past 2 months that it's been on break, as the days have gone by, I've just felt myself becoming less and less excited to know what happens in the future. And this is the thing. It's not that I'm a fake fan of the show. It's that all of the changes that they've made leading up to this, and now this, it does feel like it is transitioning into something else. And so it does have to do with them bringing in all these other communities. Hilltop, Alexandria, which I like Alexandria, but now Alexandria is blowing up. So what's going to happen with that? So you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, so we had Hilltop, Alexandria, Kingdom, and the Sanctuary, right? All these new places, all these new people. That has been more and more pulling me out of it. And so, when they, and I just had my favorite characters I was still latching on to as like my anchor for like why I would still really enjoy the show and whatever. And now, like I said, with this death, yes, Carl's my favorite character, but he's also a very important character in the grand scheme of things. And it just feels very empty in my heart and just empty in general. Like I said, we'll see what they do with it, but I just don't know. And that's the thing. Like when I watched, I don't know if it was when I watched the trailer or when I just watched like, Walking Dead YouTubers talking about the show and everything, like the PT channel and Movie Idol. They'll be talking about, I'll click on a video that has mainly to do with Carl, and I'll watch it and I'll, care about what they're saying and be like, yeah. And then suddenly, and Dwight is going to blah, 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 and will the kingdom this and that. And I'm literally just like, I don't care. I really don't care about these people, like these new people. Like as soon as they start talking about these new communities, I'm just X out of the video. Like I really do not care what happens to these people. So that's just that's a big thing for me, that I don't want to do reaction videos if they're not going to be fun for me and they're not going to be fun for you. It's like, yeah, like, cause I genuinely had a blast filming my reactions and editing my reactions and making them fun and entertaining and, trying to make it through this Negan arc, because I'm not a big Negan fan, but I know that this is a thing. He's a very popular character. So, I'm trying to get through it. But they just keep throwing all this stuff at me, you know what I mean? Like, and now this is just like, y'all know, this is like very big for me. So, yeah, so, we'll see, but those are my thoughts. I mean, am I the only one in that boat? Like, literally, as soon as they started talking about these new communities, or like, when they show them on the trailer, I'm just kind of like, 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 I don't even know. They said Madagascar 3 was the #1 movie in the world, so, oh god. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is rumored to return to Supernatural. Like, you see, but that's like, but even when they say that, like, like, like Maggie signed on to do the show, it doesn't mean anything. Like, just like everyone thinks, like, like every single kid on Stranger Things is gonna die because they're working on different projects. Like, that's not what happens. Like, these people have actual people that, create their schedules for them and make that time. and prioritize their projects. Like, you know what I mean? It's not impossible to do more than one thing at once. You could do a whole series of your mom trying to tell the Xfinity what she wants to see. That was priceless. Thanks. Yeah, no, that was literally going on for like a minute. Like, I was in my room and I could hear her out there just asking over and over, and she kept like groaning, and I was like, what's the problem? She was like, it hasn't been able to get it. And then she did it once and it was wrong. And then I had my phone on me, so I was like, I gotta record this. So I just started recording it just to see how long it would take for it to get it right. And that's the video on my channel, which I think is, although that was pretty hilarious. When it ever said Chris Brown, I died. I heard Carl's death was caused by arguments among the cast and crew, which makes me nervous. Yeah, and you know what I mean? And it's also just kind of like, that's the thing too. Like, the behind the scenes drama has kind of soiled it for me a little bit, because I'm just kind of like thinking more about that than I am about the story, and I think the writers are thinking more about behind the scenes stuff than the story at this point, because if that wasn't the case, I highly doubt that Carl would be dead right now if they cared more about the story than they did about behind the scenes stuff. So all of that is kind of weighing on my head now when I think about this show. Like, it's not like I'm not interested in the story anymore. It's just kind of like, oh, what's going on now? Like, because like every day I'm seeing like a new video pop up, like a new discussion video about some new drama, and I'm like, oh my god, like I don't remember ever seeing that much before, and now it's just kind of like I think of The Walking Dead now, and I'm like exhausted at the thought, because it's just like so much going on now. Glenn, now Carl, they kill her in the show. I don't think they can last much longer. Yeah, and it's just kind of like, you know, you have to keep some people that are, you know, these genuinely nice characters. Like, you know what I mean? And, you know, Glenn was really sad in many ways, of course, because he was such a nice character. He was such a humane character, and he had a child on the way, and there was a lot of stuff contributing to his death that made it really devastating, hence why I like really blew up in that reaction video. And it was also the end of a 6-month build-up, so I was a mess. And Glenn was like probably my favorite character behind Carl, Michonne, and Rick. So I thought for sure that like that would be the biggest death that I'd ever have to go through, because Rick, Carl, and Michonne, it was just like, this is our family we're rooting for, sort of thing. So that's another reason why I was like, I'm really emotional right now. I don't even care. I'm just going to blow up because this is a big deal. And like in my mind, that was like the one big character I was really going to lose, like in my little favorite world. And now it's kind of like, I don't even know. They're gonna kill Daryl. Oh my god. Well, if they kill Daryl, I mean, it's about like, I really don't care for his character, and I've said this many times. In some ways, he very well might be my least favorite. And it's just because like I don't know, like he hasn't like, I know people can argue and say like, well, Carl hasn't done anything for the story either, but he's Rick's son, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little different there. You know, Daryl is a character that of course doesn't exist in the source material, and they kind of can do whatever the heck they want to do with him, and so he's just kind of there. I don't know. Maggie would be the only character I would check back into the show for, so if she leaves, the show will be completely dead to me. Yeah, you know, like, I want to see baby Glenn, you know, I still care about that, you know, I want to see something like that happen, you know, and if that doesn't, then it's just like, you know, what was the point of anything? I mean, what is the point of anything really in The Walking Dead anyway? You know what I mean? I think I told you I saw a person say, you know, when we were all getting upset about Carl and they were like, y'all have to accept that everyone's going to die on The Walking Dead. Everyone. And someone was like, really? That's how the show's going to end? They're going to zoom out and everyone's just going to be lying there dead and roll the credits? That's the end of the show? Like, no. Like, there has to be some payoff at the end of this. Like, you know what I mean? And it just really pisses me off that this kid couldn't see it, couldn't make it out of this. You know what I mean? Couldn't make it to the end of this. It's just ridiculous. And especially if The Walking Dead only has a season or 2 left. Because I personally think it should wrap up around season 10. Only because I feel like this has been going on for so long now. Like, the zombie trend is like, now, you know what I mean? I love how Disney is like really late to the zombies party by putting out that musical Zombies. I'm like, yeah, if you had put this out maybe in like 2014, 2015, when like The Walking Dead was like at its height, then like maybe, but now it's kind of just like, what am I watching? And that's kind of the same thing too. Like, The Walking Dead is not at its height anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the ratings have been declining. I mean, you can look at the image, just have it go straight down. And I'm very interested in seeing what the ratings for tonight are going to be, because I'm just very, very interested in seeing that, because I've noticed sort of, it might just be the posts that I've seen, but like less and less activity on The Walking Dead's posts on Facebook and stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if people are like seriously resigning themselves from this. Like I saw they had like posted something of Daryl and it only had like 17,000 likes or something, and they usually have like anything, like any photo of Daryl gets like 100,000 likes or something. It only had like 17,000 or something like that. I was like, ooh, like, are people really like dropping like flies like that? Like let me see. And also, like, even the videos they've been posting of Carl and stuff, you know, it's just like Carl's tribute, like 30,000 views on the AMC YouTube channel in a few days or something. And I'm like, ooh, like, do people even care? Like, what is happening? Like, I'm going on their Facebook right now just to see. Like, the very first thing that they have right now is some video of a close-up of Negan talking, and already I'm just kind of like, I don't care, this needs to end. And that's what a few comments are saying as well. What else? What is this? What is this video of Lenny?
Told you, you are an incredible young man, and you are an amazing actor, and I'm really excited for you, actually. I'm sad because we've both left now, so I'm sad about that, but I'm really excited for you because you got...
That's another thing too, another season 1 character right there, leaving. Like, you know what I mean? I like Morgan, I do. Play.
Hell of a career in front of you, and the only advice I would give you is don't rush, don't do anything that anybody tells you have to do the stuff that feels right for you, because partly what makes you such a fantastic actor are the choices you make. So take your time and make the right choices, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you're gonna be doing. Miss you, love you, well done, bye-bye.
Like, I feel like again, like, all these things they're posting, like, 1,000 likes. 800 likes. Like, I'm just scrolling down here. See, though, the one with the most likes, though, is a picture of Carl. Like, normally I would be so excited to see a picture of Carl on the tonight thing, but now I'm just like, why do I want to tune into this? Why am I tuning into this? Like, you know what I mean? Well, I know why I'm tuning into this, because he's my favorite character. I have to see how the heck he dies. But it's just kind of like, ugh. Here's a comment. I have a really hard time believing that people are still in love with this show. I'm a day one fan and I have always supported the show even when the writing and acting took nosedives. After this current season, though, it's just so freaking bad that I'm having to force myself to watch tonight. I told myself to give it one final chance, and if the rest of the season falls flat on its face like it has all season, then I'm done for good. I just hope it can somehow redeem itself, because I used to really love this show. Like... let's see. Yeah, it's also just funny because, again, a video of Daryl from 24 hours ago, 4,000 likes. And then the picture of Carl that says tonight has like 56,000 likes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on? Like, the engagement just seems like so much lower. He knew there was more at stake than just survival. Hashtag Carl's journey. I also don't like the way they're really pimping this death out. Like again, and it's also kind of gross too, just because he is a teenage boy. It's just kind of like, why are you like hyping this up? Like, everyone tune in to watch this teenage boy die. Like you know what I mean? It's just like, everything about this is just kind of... Like, everyone's saying, it's very strange that they've told us ahead of time that he's dying. It is. I hoped for the old man Carl theory. Same. I feel like a lot of people did. I think Chandler did. A lot of people did. If you could pick one character to survive, excluding Carl, who? Well, I mean, obviously you want Rick to stay, but probably Michonne after him. I mean, those are the only people I care about, really. And then Maggie, let her at least have her baby, and then you know, The Walking Dead can't win, honestly. You can't please everyone. Some people are excited for what's going to happen, and some people aren't. True, but I still, like, I can't think of, like, who's excited to be like, yeah, let's tune in and watch Carl die? Like, I know some people didn't like him, but it's just like, really? And it's funny because some people really are saying like, oh no, like The Walking Dead's still great, like it's still a great show. But like, I've randomly have put on episodes from like season 4, like early season 5 and stuff. Just that far back, it was different. Like, the writing, like the dialogue was different. Like, just certain things about it were different. And now it's just really moved into like different territory. It's very clear. Negan ruined the show. I agree. But, you know, I don't think he ruined it, though. I just think it's gone on for too long. It was too different of a tonal shift for a lot of people. And it's like, I know people say, you know, oh, but The Walking Dead isn't supposed to be a happy show. Like, you're not supposed to tune into The Walking Dead and be happy. It's bleak. Yeah, it is. But you have to keep some hope alive, and you have to, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of like, you can't bog your audience down so much to the point where they're exhausted and they're like only tuning in out of like they feel like they've signed a contract with their soul at this point to keep tuning in because they've invested so much time. Like, that's how I feel like a lot of people are right now. They're just kind of like, well, like, I have to tune in just because, you know, it's Sunday night, nothing else to do. I've watched this show for 8 years. gotta tune in, like, you know? Um, and yeah, and of course, I know I have to tune in just because it's Carl. Are you making an edit video for Carl? Yes, and I really hope it comes out good. The first minute is fire. Even though I've already told you the first minute doesn't really count, and you will understand what I mean when you see the video. But it's really good. It's really epic. It's really intense. And I just hope that whatever I come up with editing-wise will match the level of intensity of the music I'm using and the first minute, because I'm really proud of it. And whatever they give Carl tonight better be a top-notch emotional cinematic death, because I need that. I need that for his character and also for the video that I'm editing. So I'm so tired of The Walking Dead. I'm at least 6 episodes behind and I have no motivation to watch them. It feels like a chore. And that's what I'm saying. And that's like, as well, like, I've really been trying to push past that, because I have been feeling that feeling for a while now, but you know, my favorite characters were still alive, so I was still having fun with my reactions and still a little bit on the edge of my seat, hoping, you know, how those characters are gonna turn out. But now it's like they're really just chipping away at my enjoyment here, so it's you know. You should do a live reaction to Carl's death. I am, of course. There's no way I could not watch my favorite character die, which is sad. Apart from Alexandria, what is your favorite community? I mean, I'm tempted to say Hilltop just because of, like, that's where Maggie's at, and Jesus and stuff. But then I'm tempted to say the Kingdom only because I really like Ezekiel. But, like, that's it. Obviously not the Sanctuary. He's, like, part of the family. It's going to be hard letting him go since he was a baby, basically. How many more hours till you watch episode 9 in the US? It's almost 5:30, so like 3.5. My mom doesn't like Carl, and even she agrees the show is falling apart. I mean, really, like, I feel like anyone with judgment can kind of, like, just take a look at everything that's happening and, like, just feel out the vibes of what's happening. And it just feels different. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but, like, it just feels like things are changing, and it's just different. And people are either going to stay because they have devoted so much time at this point that they just have to stay, or people are going to jump ship, and that's what's happening. Let's see. Carl being killed off, though, is too much. Don't know if there's any coming back from it. Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, I'd be so sad if there is coming back from it. Like, if somehow, like, the show, like, becomes, like, it has an amazing second birth after this, like, with, like, the ratings are, like, through the roof again, like, whatever, I'm gonna be like, really? I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be like, really? Carl and whatever, alright. But I don't see it happening. Like, I mean, did any of you see it happening? Like, do you see The Walking Dead having a major resurgence suddenly in its 9th season? Like, does that happen? Like, I can't imagine that happening, because I feel like the whole zombie thing, like, the whole story in general, the writing, if it doesn't change, but, you know, we have Angela Kang kind of sitting at the forefront of the writer's table now, but Gimple still oversees everything, so don't know how much it's going to change. You know, if they keep kind of going the way they're going, which you know, putting Angela Kang as chief writer or showrunner, whatever, was too little too late. It seems like they only did that to shut up the people that were complaining. Um, and, you know, either they think what they're doing right now is really the best for the show, and they're not going to change, or they will change and fix the problems that there have been. But even if they do that, there's not much left to work with. Like, you know what I mean? So, and it's too clogged with other people. It's too clogged with other people that no one is ever going to like as much as the people that we've gotten to know for a lot of seasons now. You know what I mean? So that's just like, no matter who they decide to maybe give Carl's storylines to or something, like, is it really going to have as much as an impact as it would have if you gave it to the person it was meant for, you know? The Walking Dead sort of used to be about a man raising his kid in the apocalypse, and now without Carl, it feels like another zombie show. True, and then I know people will say, like, but Judith! And, like, yes, but, you know, and then, of course, like, and I hate saying, but she's not Rick's kid, because it's like, obviously, adoption is valid. Like, you know, I'm not saying that everyone that's adopted doesn't really matter, because they're not blood related to their parents. But in this case, it feels different, because, like, we all know that, like, Judith is Shane's, most likely, at least. Like, Rick thinks so, at least. So, you know, it's just kind of like, we lost a Grimes. Like, we lost, like, a blood Rick Grimes there. And it's just kind of like, yeah, he can always have more babies in the future. But again, will we ever have a connection to those babies the way we had a connection to Carl? Because, again, like, especially if The Walking Dead doesn't last for much longer, the only thing they can do is either time jumps or end the thing with these babies just as babies. And it's like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we'll see. Carl will see the sunrise, don't worry. Yeah, I know. Like, I'm wondering what all that is. Like, him, like, looking up at the sky and everything. I don't know. We'll see how they do it. Well, they did follow the comics in that regard with a lot of the communities. Yes. And that's the thing, because I'm not, like, a person that's like, oh, they have to follow the comics page for page. No. Like, you can do whatever you want. But there are lines. Obviously, like, killing Carl is it's a big line to cross. You know, even if, because I know some people even say in the comics he's not, like, as big as people try to make him out to be, but still, you know what I mean? And people try to say, oh, he was barely on screen, so it's not going to matter. But even though he wasn't on screen a lot, he was still alive. Like, you know what I mean? We still knew that Carl Grimes was out there with potential and possibility and whatever. And now, like, that we know he's going to be in the ground, it's a different sort of off screen. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, it's different when he's off screen just doing whatever and we know he's still there. It's a totally different off screen when he's dead in the ground. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different. Me personally, I'm just excited to see what they come up with. Glenn was my absolute favorite character, and I kept going. Have to have an open mind. True. Again, like I said, I am gonna feel it out tonight and see, like, what sort of vibes I get, whatever. Because obviously, yeah, how the heck are they gonna, like, write around this? Yeah. I feel bad for Rick because Carl was the only person related by blood to him, and now that Carl's gone, he has nothing left but Judith. True. But at the same time, like, Judith and Carl share a mother, so obviously there's still there's that. But it is, you know, and it's also just so sad, the stuff they're doing between Carl and Judith, and, like, him taking pictures with her so that she'll remember him, and, like, that's just devastating. Like, that's just devastating. Like, it's just so sad. And it just pisses me off that Carl Grimes can't make it out of this thing alive. Like, it's just really ridiculous. Like, that someone said, like, when she's older, she might see a picture of him and be like, who's that? And it's just like, oh yeah, it's only the kid that literally held you every day of his life when you were a baby, you know, spent most of his screen time holding you, yeah. That's the only person it is, you know. They could blow up the scavengers in their homes, wouldn't bother me a bit. I forgot about them until I read your comment. So, you're singing! My mom. Carl was with us for 7 years. 7 years we invested. I know. It's your show now. Michonne. Carl. I can't. God, just get over it. Since when do we get to decide who dies or not in a show? Come on. Like, let people feel the way they want to feel about this. Like, we had so many seasons to watch Carl grow and become attached to him, but we are not going to have another 7 seasons to get to know these babies. And even if we did have another 7 seasons to get to know these babies, it's like, really? Another 7 seasons? Like, I just, like, it's just feeling like it's run its course a little bit at this point. And I'm not just saying that because I've been feeling like that. Like, even if Carl is still alive, I still am just kind of like, all right, where's this going? Like, there has to be some sort of end to this, because there's no end in sight. So I'm just kind of like, now just with this point, it's just kind of like, all right, like, now what are you going to do? Like, where's this going? Like, come on now. You're gonna be an absolute wreck tonight, lol. Yeah, I'm trying to stay relaxed about it, though. I'm trying to not get all up in my feelings about it, but I know I'm gonna cry when I start seeing all of this play out on screen, because it's like, seriously? Like this is, and it's funny, because people are, people try to say, like, well, it's good that The Walking Dead is doing this, because I was just about to say this is something I never thought I'd see. And some people would argue, well, see, no, that's good. Like, it's being shocking. It's being whatever. But it's like, it doesn't feel that way. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like, whoa, this is amazing. This is something I never thought I'd see. It's like, this is something I never thought I'd have to see. Like, so it's just kind of, like, I've heard rumors about how he's actually going to be taken out. Like, how he's actually going to die. And, like, just picturing it in my head, like, I can't believe that that's actually happened. Like, it's just like, because obviously he's going to have to be stabbed in the head or shot in the head. And just the idea of seeing that, or, like, knowing at least that it's happening, if they, like, don't show it, just knowing that it's happening, is just kind of like, I really can't believe that's happening. Like, Carl Grimes being shot in the head. Carl Grimes being stabbed in the head. Like, it's just kind of like, wow. It's so sad, I can't even imagine how the episode is tonight, how it's going to affect everyone in the show and the audience. Just so hard to think about. I still can't comprehend that he's dying. Same. I have to go now. Bye. Bye. Thank you for being here. Well, at least the good thing is Carl died a hero. He saved people from Alexandria in his last episode before we figured out he was bit. I honestly thought AMC would give us a break for 2 seasons knowing how people reacted to Glenn and Abraham's death. Same. And that's a big thing about it too, is that I was kind of expecting them, at least like really around this point, like mid-season of season 8, to start taking a more hopeful direction. Because obviously you start season 7 with the most depressing, gory, just like ridiculous episode. That was actually really well done. It was really emotional. It was dark, you know, but that set the tone that carried out throughout season 7, which was very bleak, very drawn out, very dark. And you have all of that, and then you end it with Sasha's death. And Carl almost getting Lucille'd. Like, really, like, and now, okay. So you end it with that, but then there was a bit of, like, a hopeful, twist to it, like Maggie, like, talking to everyone at the end of the episode, like, even though Sasha died, it was, like, bittersweet because she did go out on her own terms and, like, did try to make her death mean something by trying to kill Negan as a walker, you know? So, like, it was still kind of nice, and it seemed like they were taking a more positive turn, like, with the uplifting music and Maggie, like, holding Glenn's pocket watch, and it seemed like, all right, like, things are going to, like, look up now, like, we're really going to retaliate, it's going to be awesome. And now this whole first half of season 8, like, it hasn't felt like that. Like, it hasn't really felt like a war, and everything about, like the first half of season 8 was kind of a blur. Like, I honestly couldn't tell you what happened right now. Because honestly, the only thing on my mind is, as soon as they showed Carl's bite, like, everything else was obliterated from my memory. Like, that's the only thing I can remember now about the first half of season 8. And so, yeah, it's just kind of like, I forgot my whole point I was making. Let me see. But, yeah. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah. Taking a more positive turn. So I thought, like, around here, they'd, like, really start being like, yeah, like, we're just going to win the war. We're going to end this thing. We're going to kill Negan. It's going to be great. And, you know, actually, like, there's nothing wrong with giving the people what they want. And, like, a lot of people want to see this arc end. We want to see Negan get what he deserves. Whatever. Let's move on. And, it doesn't seem like we're getting that. So it's just kind of like, I know a lot of people love Negan. They want to see where it goes, of course. But it just seems like, writing-wise, the thing to do right now would be to finally kill Negan, get this thing over with, like, move on. And now, in the middle of season 8, they decide to kill Carl. And it's like, we had Glenn and Abraham, bookended by Sasha, now Carl, and it's like I definitely thought that at this point they would start trying to twist it to be a little bit more hopeful, a little bit more positive, and then you kill, like, one of the biggest hopes for the future. Like, actually. Like, yeah, we have these babies, but we don't know these babies, and it's going to be a heck of a hard time trying to raise these babies in the apocalypse. You know what I mean? Because think about it. Like, teenagers and kids are still kids, no matter what, I think, you know? So now that these kids are going to be, the zombie apocalypse is the only world they know, it might not seem like anything to them. Like, they might just be like, yeah, this is life. Like, who cares? I'm still gonna go crazy. Like, I'm still gonna be a teenager. I'm still gonna be, like, if we thought Carl was bad when he was a kid, running off and doing stuff, kids now will just be like, this is life. This is all I've ever known. So yeah, I'm gonna go run out and be crazy and do whatever the heck I want. So, like, good luck keeping these kids alive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to raise a toddler in the apocalypse. Like, it's just like I had said in a comment somewhere, I was like, yeah, raising, because they have Gracie, Judith, and Maggie's baby if she ever has it. Okay, so I'm just like successfully raising 3 babies into adults, or like at least just 12-year-olds or something till they're old enough to do things on their own. Like, raising 3 babies in a zombie apocalypse is less realistic than Carl Grimes dying of just a walker bite. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, really, like, we're killing Carl to successfully, like, to hopefully successfully raise 3 babies in the apocalypse. Like, how is that gonna happen? Like, you know what I mean? like, I can't. I can't. Like, we already had this character that we spent so much time invested in, and it's just throw it out the window. And it's different too, because, you know, people say, oh, but we invest time in so many adult characters too, and they die. But it does feel different, just because he was a kid and we watched him grow up, and we all had hope for him, you know, and it just feels different. I mean, he was shot in the head once before. True, but didn't it just, like, ricochet, kind of? But I mean, like, you know, I mean actually being shot in the head to end it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, actually being, like, dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe that. Can someone explain to me why people got so mad when they followed the comics by killing Glenn the way they did, but now that they did something different by killing Carl, people are mad again? I think the people that were mad about Glenn's death maybe weren't fans of the comics, and even if they were, and even if you, like, knew it was coming from the comics, it's still different seeing it played out on screen, and I don't think people thought it was going to be as gruesome as it was. And seeing that happen to such a beloved character, I think, pissed a lot of people off. I think a lot of people just got mad at that, just, like, how it looked, how it was done, how, like, frankly, savage it was. I think that had something to do with it. And then now this is just, it's just the situation of, you know, that it's Carl. Like, I can't explain it. I wonder what his last words will be. I know, like, I just can't believe that we're actually thinking about this stuff and talking about this stuff and that it's actually gonna happen. Hey, Brittany, you are beautiful. I'm a big fan. Aw, thank you, Perry. Got a feel for Michonne, too. That's basically 2 kids she lost now. Exactly, and that's part of what I'm also saying about how it's like, why... This is not uplifting in the slightest at this point. Like, we should be making a turn. And it's gonna just piss me off as well if that, like, Carl dies, whatever, like, it's just so sad. And now suddenly they're gonna be like, now let's make the change. Now let's make it uplifting. Now let's turn it around. And it's like, too little, too late. Like, you know what I mean? Like, too little, too late. And it's also just sad as well, again, to think that things might turn around from this point on, maybe. And, you know, because I've seen the way they've been promoting it. They've been saying, like, let's finish this for Carl. And I'm like, stop trying to twist this. Like, stop trying to make it be, you know, oh, like, because it just seems too much. Like, to suddenly be like, well, Carl died. Like, okay. Like, it's just the fact that he couldn't make it. That's just gonna piss me off. Like, if everyone's suddenly, like, you know, everyone's happy living after a certain point and everything's fine, they find a cure, whatever, but Carl Grimes is dead and in the ground and didn't get to live. It's just like, okay. Like, at least the adults that died, like, that, like, this is the thing, too, that gets me upset. Is that, yes, we've lost adults, and it's very sad that we've lost adults. But the adults at least got to live a whole life in the regular world. Like, you know what I mean? They got to live their life. They got to go to school. They got to do normal things. They got to, just do normal things. Chill out, watch TV, like just be a person like in the normal world, whatever. And then they end up being in the zombie apocalypse as an adult, and then they die. And then it's sort of just kind of like, okay, but I mean, like, at least they got to live, really. But then you have Carl that just gets completely robbed of any of that. Doesn't, like, yeah, he got to go to school until, like, what, like, 6th grade or something? But, like, didn't get to, like, grow up, make lasting friendships, didn't get to, listen to music, find the kind of person he was out in the regular world, like, just do things that you do when you grow up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't get to do any of that, and then he dies. And it's just kind of like, that's what pisses me off about it, is that it's like this poor person couldn't even get redemption past this, make it past this, get to start over, and, like, gain the life he had lost. It's like, no, you just are gonna lose your life. Like, literally, like, you lost your life, so to speak. Like, you didn't really get to grow up and be a person in the world. And now you're gonna die, so... You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, why are you doing this? Anyway, guys. I think Maggie will be recast, but even then it won't be the same. Exactly! Like, that's the same thing, like, even if they had recast Carl, it would just be like, we watched this kid grow up, like, you're really just gonna have some other person walk in and we're supposed to be like, hey, Carl? Like, no. And in the words of your Carl Grimes deserves better video, we're going to get some BS from Rick like, Coral's death made me stronger. Literally, though. That's what they're gonna do, basically, eventually. Which is just like, I know, but then, people say, but in this world, you can't, there's no time to dwell, you have to move on. Which, I mean, is true, but at the same time, like, I'm just not buying it. Like, you know what I mean? It just feels disrespect. Like, obviously, yes. Obviously, you don't want Carl to die in vain. You want them to, like, go on and survive and do whatever. But at the same time, it just almost feels disrespectful to have Carl die and then be like, here we go, like, moving on. Like, woo. It's just kind of like, like, you know what I mean? Just feels a little wrong. It would be horrible if his last words were something like, say bye to Judith for me, or tell everyone thank you. Yeah, I just can't. I can't. I totally understand your frustrations. I won't put you down for how you feel. It's your opinion. Just try to stay as positive as you can be. Thank you, Whitehurst49. Oh, God. Brittany, do you believe that Rick will have hallucinations like... Do you believe that Rick will have hallucinations like he did after Lori's death in season 3? I don't know. Part of me kind of hopes not, but at the same time, probably. I don't know. But then I think it's really sad. Again, okay, now I'm getting emotional thinking about it. You heard that voice crack? Like, the flash forward sequences that we saw of, like, Old Man Rick. Now, obviously, we know that Carl isn't in them, like, isn't actually going to be there for it. So, part of me now feels like that's going to be maybe as Carl is dying or something, he's gonna like imagine what life could have been like, which is just devastating. And again, is what I'm saying. It's just so messed up that he couldn't make it to that. Like, you know? Or just even, you know, how Rick would have imagined life, like still having his family. Like, it's bad. How does your mom feel about Carl's death? The same. She's shed a bunch of tears as well. Every time we really start thinking about it, we both get really upset. So it's gonna be really upset to face the music tonight. I heard those hallucinations of the future weren't actually Rick's, they were Carl's. That's why he wasn't in them a lot. Yep. We'll see what happens. But I've also heard that he dies within the first 20 minutes of an 80-something minute episode. So, of course, like I wouldn't be surprised. It was just like, oh, Carl's dead. Moving on. Like, oh man. Anyway, guys, I'm like 11 minutes over my hour right now. I'm losing my voice. Anyway, but I heard someone say, did I see Andrew Lincoln's video for Carl? And I didn't. I'm assuming maybe you mean one of these little shout-outs that they've had some of the cast do. On here, so I'm gonna take a look. Caitlin Nacon says goodbye to Chandler. That's sad. And that's the thing too, you know what I mean? He's dying without ever actually being able to like fall in love or like have a family, like whatever. It's just like he gets one kiss and dies. God. I don't see. I'm trying to find this. Because I'm definitely... Oh. Is this it? The video of him in like the green hat? Let me see. Well, this one has a lot of views, so.
Riggs. On the plus side, I'm never gonna have to say Carl again.
No, that's not a plus.
On the minor, the minuses far outweigh the pluses. So I'd like to dedicate this song to you. Chandler, ooh la la.
What?
Half of my heart is in Chandler, ooh la la. He came from East or West Atlanta, ooh la la.
I'm not.
You know I love you so much, Chandler, ooh la la. God, I hate those frickin' zombies. They keep eating all of my friends and family. But I was scared to see you soon. 'Cause you're coming to London soon. Chandler, ooh la la. Half of my heart died with Chandler, ooh la la.
That's true.
He comes from East or West Atlanta, I don't
East or West Atlanta, I don't know.
but he's southern, that I do know. You know I can't begin to say how much I miss you.
Oh. So sad. Other people, I refuse to watch Carl die. I just needed it confirmed on Sunday that he's really dead. Then I'm done with The Walking Dead and unfollowing this page. I guess I'll give Game of Thrones a try, and that has 1.1 thousand likes. Oh my god. Fulfill his legacy. Hashtag The Walking Dead. I mean, they are really pimping out this death. I don't understand. I don't like it. Like, you know what I mean? I would have killed to have this much Carl content previously, but now he's dead. And it's like, I'm getting Carl content for the wrong reasons now. And it's wrong. He should have had way more. We should have been having actual content way before now. Pretty sad that the only time we're getting Carl content is when he's dying. But whatever. Okay, guys, I'm like 15 minutes over here. I gotta eat. I gotta get some other stuff done before the episode. Not looking forward to it. And then I'm gonna have to be deciding what I'm gonna do with my channel after this. I wanna start posting maybe some other stuff. I don't know yet. I know in at least 13 weeks I'm going to do 2 Even Stevens related videos, which I know some of you guys are not going to care about in the slightest. But I run a blog where I'm ranking and reviewing every episode of the Disney Channel series Even Stevens from the early 2000s, starring Shia LaBeouf, who I love. And I'm almost done with that project. I'm going to be done in about 13 weeks, and then I was going to end it with a sort of review of the series now that I've rewatched it, every single episode, and reviewed every single episode, just my thoughts on the series as a whole, and just a video review of it, because there aren't enough video reviews on that series. It's very overlooked. So I want to do one of those, and then a video review of the Even Stevens movie as well. And I'm basically only just doing this for the blog that I have. And I have a YouTube channel for the blog, but it has like 11 subscribers. So I'm just going to post it on my Brie at the Disco channel, because I do want to start doing maybe like other reviews, other shows, other whatever. So I guess I'm going to start with different content with this, even though I'm pretty much just doing it for myself. And yeah, so yeah. Yes, they are sickly pimping out Carl's death. Agreed. They are. It's like kind of gross. Like, I want to like the stuff, but I don't like it. I don't like that this is happening. And they post these nice videos about Carl, but I'm like, I don't like this. Anyway, guys. All right. Okay, so gonna try to go eat. Gonna try to whatever. Someone said, what's the name of the blog over in YouNow? So I'm gonna write the link. I sent it in there in the YouNow thing. Someone said I freaking love Even Stevens. You do? Then go read my freaking blog. I have been literally dedicating. I've been doing this blog now since September of 2016. And I just made it to the top 15 episodes. In my opinion, this is my list that I am ranking. But not really. I'm trying to do it half objective, half personal. So I just entered the last 15 episodes, top 15. And also, Chrissy Carlson Romano, who plays Ren Stevens, Shia LaBeouf's co-star and sister on the show, followed the blog on Instagram, which made me feel like I had an official seal of approval. A Stevens family member follows the blog. So, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so I'll leave. I'm going to write the link. Boom! I wrote the link in the chat on YouTube for Pack Leader 87. At least one person here that said that they like that show. So go check out that blog if you want. I put a lot of hard work into all my reviews, and it's really sad that I'm almost done with it. Only 13 more episodes, and it goes by really fast. So, I mean, each week goes by really fast, so I'm going to be done with that before I know it. Never even thought I would make it this far into the project, so yeah, I still sing Another Perfect Day. Ah! Amazing. So good. So good. So good. Anyway, yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys either late tonight or tomorrow when whenever I get my reaction video up, and then whenever I finish editing my Carl tribute video, which I want to get done before next week's episode, but I don't know. I have another video I have to finish editing. That's like an actual job that I have to do. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Not looking forward to it, but all right. Okay, guys, time to wrap this up. All right, thank you for watching, and yeah, let's try to survive. All we need to do is survive tonight, to quote Carl. All right, so yeah, all we need to do is survive tonight. Make it through. All right, guys, thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.